Shalom, friends. I am your friend Jojo from Treasure Hunt with Jojo with another word of encouragement. Now, I want to share with you on the importance of blessing the next generation. Do you know that it is very, very important to bless the future? I want to share with you from Genesis 48 and 1 Kings 2, verse 1 to 12. Listen as I read. Genesis 48, Bereshit 48. A while later, someone told Joseph that his father was ill. He took with him his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim. Yaakov was told, "Here comes your son Joseph." Israel gathered his strength and sat up in bed. Yaakov said to Joseph, "El Shaddai appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan and blessed me, saying to me, I will make you fruitful and numerous. I will make of you a group of peoples, and I will give this land to your descendants to possess forever. Now your two sons who were born to you in the land of Egypt before I came to you in Egypt are mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be as much mine as Reuben and Shimon are. The children born to you after them will be yours, but for purposes of inheritance, they are to be counted with their older brothers. Now as for me, when I came from Padan, Rachel died suddenly as we were traveling through the land of Canaan, while we were still some distance from Ephrat. So I buried her there on the way to Ephrat, also known as Bethlehem. Then Israel noticed Joseph's sons and asked, Whose are these? Joseph answered his father, They are my sons whom God has given me here. Yaakov replied, I want you to bring them here to me so that I can bless them. Now Israel's eyes were dim with age, so that he could not see. Joseph brought his sons near to him, and he kissed them and embraced them. Israel said to Joseph, I never expected to see even you again, but God has allowed me to see your children too. Joseph brought them out from between his legs and prostrated himself on the ground. Then Joseph took them both, Ephraim in his right hand toward Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand toward Israel's right hand, and brought them near to him. But Israel put out his right hand and laid it on the head of the younger one, Ephraim, and put his left hand on the head of Manasseh. He intentionally crossed his hands, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. Then he blessed Joseph, the God in whose presence my fathers Abraham and Isaac lived, the God who has been my own shepherd all my life long to this day, the angel who has rescued me from all harm, bless these boys. May they remember who I am and what I stand for, and likewise my fathers Abraham and Isaac, who they were and what they stood for. And may they grow into teeming multitudes on the earth. When Joseph saw that his father was laying his right hand on Ephraim's head, it displeased him, and he lifted up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head and place it instead on Manasseh's head. Joseph said to his father, Don't do it that way, my father, for this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But his father refused and said, I know that, my son, I know it. He too will become a people, and he too will be great. Nevertheless, his younger brother will be greater than he, and his descendants will grow into many nations. Then he added this blessing on them that day. Israel will speak of you in their own blessing by saying, May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. Thus he put Ephraim ahead of Manasseh. Israel then said to Joseph, You see that I am dying, but God will be with you and will bring you back to the land of your ancestors. Moreover, I am giving to you a Shechem, shoulder, ridge, share, or city of Shechem, more than to your brothers. I captured it from the Emory with my sword and bow. 1 Kings 2, verse 1 to 12. The time came near for David to die, so he commissioned Shlomo his son as follows: I am going the way of all the earth. Therefore, be strong, show yourself a man. Observe the charge of Adonai your God to go in his ways and keep his regulations, mitzvot, rulings, and instructions in accordance with what is written in the Torah of Moshe, so that you will succeed in all you do and wherever you go. If you do, Adonai will fulfill what he promised me when he said, if your children pay attention to how they live, conducting themselves before me honestly with all their heart and being, you will never lack a man on the throne of Israel. Moreover, you are aware of what Yoav the son of Zeruiah did to me. That is what he did to the two commanders of the armies of Israel. Avner the son of Ner and Amasa the son of Yeter, he killed them, shedding the blood of war in peacetime, putting the blood of war on the belt around his waist and shoes on his feet. Therefore, act according to your wisdom. Don't let his gray head go down to the grave in peace, but show kindness to the sons of Barzillai, the Gileadite. Include them with those who eat at your table, because they came and stood with me when I was fleeing from Avshalom, your brother. Finally, you have with you Shimei, the son of Gera, the Benjaminite from Bachorim. He laid a terrible curse on me when I was on my way to Machanaim, but he came down to meet me at the Yarden. So I swore to him by Adonai that I would not have him put to death with the sword. Now, however, you should not let him go unpunished. You are a wise man, and you will know what you should do to him. You will bring his gray head down to the grave with blood. Then David slept with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David. David had ruled Israel for 40 years, 7 years in Hebron and 33 years in Jerusalem. Shlomo sat on the throne of David his father, and his rule had become firmly established. Now we see in these two chapters something common. The father, on his deathbed, blessed his sons. Genesis 48 verse 9 says, Yaakov replied, I want you to bring them here to me so that I can bless them. So the grandfather, that's Joseph's father, wanted to bless his grandsons. And we see in 1 Kings where King David also blessed his son King Shlomo or Shlomo Melech. Now this is very important as the other patriarchs bless their sons as well. Stay tuned for part 2 where I go in further details as to the importance of blessing the next generation. Shalom.